Hi, I'm Amanda Olson, and my family and I own Olson's Martial Arts in Johnson City, Tennessee. We've been teaching together for over 20 years, and it's just something that we do as a family. One of my favorite things of every day is when somebody ties on their white belt. It's a very exciting time, and I know what journey they're fixing to begin on. You know, they don't know all the things that they're going to learn and things that are going to happen on their way to black belt, but I do. So it just inspires me and excites me every day. It's something that people don't really, everybody would think it would be really cool to be a black belt, but they're not sure that they can do it, and that's what our job is to help them see that big vision and help them step by step along the way to get there to black belt. So all of our instructors here are what I like to say homegrown. They all started as white belts. They all went through all of our leadership training, and then when they became of age or eligibility rank-wise and maturity-wise, they start teaching here, and they start out small, just helping one-on-one with a new student or somebody who's just working on an issue that they're having in their training, and then they work into small groups and then large groups, and then the next step is that they're teaching. And so it's kind of a process just like getting your black belt. You start small, you start with little things and work on up. So all of our instructors here have been here for years, and they know the process, they know what it means to go through all the belts, how to overcome, how to learn that, so they can pass that on to our students very genuinely. So at Olson's Martial Arts, when people start martial arts, they hear it teaches self-confidence, it teaches self-control and perseverance, but it actually does. And you cannot learn a pattern without focusing. You can't learn how to spar without having self-control. You can't learn how to break a board without some perseverance and some digging in deep and finding that inspiration inside. So it's not cliche, really, it actually happens. You do become a better person by training in martial arts. And even though we focus on the kicking and the punching, and that might look like from the outside what we're focusing on the inside we're focusing on, for the little guys, paying attention, following directions, setting a goal and achieving it. And then for our adults, it's very internal as well. I can do this, inspiration, and I think that I can achieve this. And so if you can do it here, then you can take it out into the world, whether it's learning how to get up in front of people and speak. A lot of people need that for their job, and we can help you do that here. Little kids, they need a chance to let some energy out, and it's okay to hit and yell and scream here, and they learn that this is a place you can do that, but in other places, like a classroom setting, they need to show self-control and self-restraint. So that's one of the things that I'm very proud of that we can do here at Olson's. The truth. Spill all. Actually, it's one of the greatest joys of my life. I love working with my family. It's very comfortable because we know each other so well. When a need arises, whether it's excitement need, let's get this done, or a problem comes up, we can be very open and honest with each other, and we all know that we have each other's back and are a great support team. So working with my family is very comfortable, and I enjoy it. It's a blessing that I have. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's a downside, and a lot of people will tell you, oh, I couldn't work with my family or whatever, and it's really something I don't understand. I don't have that experience. I grew up working with my parents and my brother in a martial arts school, and it's just how we do it. So the students here, when you enroll here at Olson's, and it's a lot of people to get to know, and a lot of processes, and how do the belts work, and we want to help you through all that. But one of the things that we feel is when you join here, you join in the Olson family, and part of that is us helping you, hand-holding you at the beginning to learn the process, but then kind of letting you go and watching you learn on your own, and then as you get your black belt and beyond, and if you want to become an instructor, being able to help you with that. I've been doing this long enough to see that 7-year-old that starts here as a white belt goes through all the belts, ends up working here, works here through college, and then goes on to bring their kids back, you know, when they're 3 and 4 years old. So just watching that whole process is a joy to me, and watching people grow. And sometimes people move away. They'll be with us here for 5 or 6 years, and then go off to college. And then they'll call me back and, you know, or message me and say, hey, I used my martial arts skills today in some, you know, weird way I wasn't expecting. And it's never in a self-defense situation. It's always in a, I had the confidence to speak up, or I took a chance and applied for this. And so that's a real pleasure for me to see the long-term benefits of what we do. Discipline in martial arts, if we just keep it in the classroom, if we just say yes sir and yes ma'am to our instructors, that doesn't necessarily transfer outside into the home and school or work or job. So what I like to tell the kids is, you say yes ma'am to me, but am I the one that gets your breakfast ready in the morning? Am I the one that brings you to class? Am I the one that buys your clothes and makes sure you have a good house? Who does all that? You know, it's your parents. So how much more should you respect them and say, you know, say yes sir, yes ma'am to your parents, do what you're asked the first time, show respect to them and show that self-discipline. So that's something that we like to make sure the kids understand. Yeah, your instructors are great and you want to do what they say, but more importantly, we want you to do what your family says, or your boss says, or your professor at school says. We require, to get your white belt, before you even get to put your white belt on, you have to do 3 acts of discipline. And we like to emphasize self-discipline. So it's not just, okay, I'll get that done, but you know, something you decided to do on your own. You know that making your bed is one of your jobs. Do it without being asked. That's an act of self-discipline. So we really reinforce that here at Olson's.